everyone, my name is Allison. If you're new around here, I'm a newlywed and I'm living in Los Angeles, California with my husband, and I love watching these what's for dinner videos, and I wanted to take a stab at it myself. So this is my first one. Give me a little bit of grace. Still working on the best filming setup, but I want to share 3 really delicious, healthy meals with you as we kick off the new year. So let's get into it. All right, it is Friday night. I just got back from a workout and I'm getting ready to make dinner, and finally gonna tackle this spaghetti squash that's been sitting here for a while. I think it'll be a nice, healthy dinner to the new year, filling, all that. So let's start cooking. I was reading to put a towel underneath you, and I'm going to start with a small knife. So I'm gonna use this big one to cut it in half, but I'm gonna use like a small paring knife. They said to, I was reading someone said to kind of scour it almost, just to kind of like pre-cut so that you can have some better leverage. So we'll see if this works better than the last time I tried to do this. The last time I tried to do this, I had to have my husband help me. So, all right, so it's scoured. So let's try now to cut this in half. Oh, wow, that's much easier. Okay, so this is a good trick to kind of doing the scouring first. This little part over here, so this part is pretty hard to cut. So I was reading, I might just cut that off if I can. I'm probably gonna go half at a time here. There we go. Okay, so this little guy is cut off. So I've started it. I've gotten kind of some good momentum here. Okay. So let's see if I can finish cutting this in half. I feel like I shouldn't be doing a cook with me unless I can do this. All right, almost got it. There we go. All right, so hard part done. Now I'm going to scoop out the seeds in here. So we're going to roast these in the oven. I've got it preheating to 400 degrees. So I will show you guys what this looks like when I'm ready to pop it in. All right, so I've seasoned this pretty well. I just used some sea salt, some black pepper, and I actually love this onion salt from Trader Joe's. So I used all those, and then I'm going to, I seasoned them pretty well. You can see this is going on a whole squash, so you definitely don't want to be shy with the seasoning. And I put about a cup of water in the bottom of this, and I'm just going to transfer these in there, this one a little bit more gently. So I'm not going to use oil or anything on them because this water is going to help keep them moist while they bake. So I've got the oven preheating right now. Actually, it's all ready to go to 400. So I am going to pop this in the oven for 45 minutes and start on my sauce. Start by browning some meat. So we're going to use this organic grass-fed ground beef. It's a pound of it. I've diced up an onion. I'd normally have a little bit more onion, but this was all we had left. It was like the leftover onion. And then this is 3 cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna put it all in the pan and start to brown that. So I've got my pan heating up, and I never like to just put stuff right in the pan without any liquid or oil or something like that. So I actually have these frozen little herb cubes that I make, and I just put leftover herbs that are going to go bad, and I freeze them with a little bit of olive oil. And so I'm just going to pop one of these out and put it in here, and it will de-thaw really nicely. So I'll show you what it looks like here. So it's just a little herb cube. This is the rest of them. So I've just got, I think this is parsley. And yeah, this is parsley. And so I'm just gonna let that melt and then throw in the rest of the stuff. All right, so everything is pretty browned up, as you can see here. And there's some of that oil that I put in there originally, along with a little bit of fat, which you could totally drain this if you wanted to, but I'm actually gonna keep it in because I think it makes a really good sauce that way. It's already a pretty healthy meal, and I want it to have some flavor, so I'm going to go ahead and just checking, make sure everything looks pretty brown here, which it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in our sauce. And normally I would add maybe more vegetables to this, but I am literally almost cleaning out our fridge here. So I'm just kind of cooking what we have. So I'm gonna combine everything here. And then I'm just gonna reduce this to a simmer and let it simmer slowly until the spaghetti squash is done. So spaghetti squash has about 25 more minutes. And then I am going to have a little bit of greens to break up this hearty meal, some mixed green salads, and I think I'm gonna top everything off with some cheese at the end. So I will show you guys what it all looks like when it's done. So I'm just letting everything simmer here. It's really steaming up. And I thought I would show you guys, I tried to get some of the Target Christmas clearance, and this was the only thing that like stuck out to me. So I've actually been needing one of these. Mine broke, so it was only, focus. It was only $5, so about 50% off. And usually while I cook, I like to watch YouTube videos. Sometimes I'll bring my iPad down in the kitchen, but I am watching Tan's beautiful home here on Instagram, on YouTube. We just took all of our Christmas stuff down. It feels so empty over here. But I have this little, it's our one Valentine's Day decor, so I threw that up there. But I am getting very hungry. I'm thinking since it's Friday night, I will, oh, these need to go up top, but I think I'm gonna pop open a bottle of red wine to have with my pasta here. Seems pretty fitting. And I will show you guys what it looks like once it's all combined. All right, so I just pulled the spaghetti squash out of the oven. I just wanted to show it to you guys. How beautiful does it look? It's really, really hot. It's really soft though. So I'm going to shred it with, I'm just gonna use like a fork, and I'm just gonna pull it out of here, and it's literally gonna make like spaghetti looking noodles. And I'm gonna put it all in this bowl, and then we're gonna dish up. So here is the final product. You can see it looks just like spaghetti. Got my glass of red wine I'm gonna have with it. So yeah, the sauce came out really good. It's yummy. And then the noodles, got plenty of leftover in here for the rest of the week. So that is what's for dinner tonight. Okay, so we are about to make this pumpkin curried lentil soup, and I'm using my Dutch oven here, which I would recommend, and I'm going to show you guys all how I do it. But really quickly, I have this sweet potatoes roasting for tomorrow's dinner, so you guys will see that tomorrow. They have about 15 minutes left, so multitasking here, but it is Saturday night. And we have been like eating out all day, so I just thought some like homemade soup sounded really good. And this soup is kind of like, there are a few things that you might not have on hand that you might get, but I just kind of dump a lot of different vegetables in it, and it's kind of like a fridge dump soup, which I like to do a lot when especially for the holidays, I've been cooking things and I have all these kind of like leftover vegetables, and it's a great way to kind of get rid of those. So the best lighting, but I need to chop up a garlic clove, and I'm using half of a yellow onion here. You could use any, like if you like white onions or another type of onion. I think the yellow one is best for this recipe, but what I've done is I've cut the onion in half and peeled it, but you can see I'm keeping the stem part on. So I've cut off the bottom part, but I'm gonna keep this top stem part on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to slice it, but I'm going to not go all the way to this root. I'm gonna slice it up towards the root, and these little, like, I'm just making these little strips here. And then I'm gonna turn it, so then I've got my strips that I've made, and you can literally just dice it up. Like, it's so easy. So I used to do like another complicated technique, and I was like, this way is so much better. So you can so I've got about a tablespoon of olive oil heating up over medium heat, and I've got all my veggies over here, and I forgot to show you guys when I cut up this garlic, but I love this thing. This is like a grater, and the garlic is on the other side, and you can just slide this up and it will come out this little edge. And I'm gonna put the onion, the garlic, the ginger, so this is fresh grated ginger, all in here, and I'm gonna let it soften for a couple of, all right, so everything's in the Dutch oven now. I'm just gonna give it a stir. I did add a little bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit of seasoning. I kind of like to season throughout while I'm cooking. So I'm just gonna let those soften for a few minutes, and then I'll add in the rest of the ingredients. So I like to cook this in a Dutch oven because you can saute in here, but then the bottom bits at the end of this, like the brown bits, are gonna make really good flavor for the soup. So you can just add all the ingredients here, and then it cooks like a pot too. So that's why I love Dutch ovens. You can saute, boil, cook, simmer, all of that. Nice and yummy in there. So now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients here. So we're gonna add half a can of pumpkin. You could add more if you want. You could add a full can of it. I was actually using this for another recipe, so I just have half a can, so I'm just gonna use that. Because we just want a little bit of that pumpkin flavor and that creaminess in there. So I'm gonna add that. So you scrape out all that yummy goodness. So good for, you know, fall and winter. And then I've actually chopped up some carrots. So these are optional too. You could use celery if you like another vegetable. You could do that too. These are actually these like tri-colored carrots, so they're all different colors. So I'm gonna pop those in, and then we're gonna add some red lentils. So these are the ones I have from Kroger. It's a Simple Truth brand. We're gonna add a little bit less than a cup. You could add anywhere from like half a cup to a whole cup. So all that again is gonna go in, and then we're gonna add our broth. So we're gonna need 6 cups of broth here. So I'm gonna add that in. You might be thinking like, oh, it looks like you're adding water, which I am, because I'll show you guys what I do here. So I don't like buying the broth that's in those big containers. I think it just like goes bad quickly, and it's kind of a waste of money. So I like to make kind of my own broth with these little bouillon cubes. So you need, whoops, there's got a front door. I have the Ring app, so I was getting a notification when someone's at the front door. But anyway, so this is all in here, but I use these little vegetable bouillon cubes to make my own broth. And you just pop these in. So these are the little cubes, the little bouillon cubes that come in this pack, and you just use a couple of those in there. So I'm just gonna add my curry powder in here, and we're just gonna put the lid on and let this simmer. So it's kind of, I mean, minus the sauteing at the beginning, it's kind of just like you cut everything up and dump it in. So it's a pretty easy soup. Okay, so here is our soup. Everything's in it, you can see. So we want the lentils. The lentils aren't cooked, those little red lentils there. So we want those to cook, and we want it to kind of thicken a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're going to turn the heat up. Oops, my timer's going off here. We wanna turn it up and let it boil. So I'm gonna put the lid on here, and we're gonna let this boil. and then we're gonna simmer it for 20 minutes. All right, so my soup is all done. I thought I would show you guys here. So it's definitely thickened up some. The lentils are all cooked. I just tasted it. It tasted really good, but you could add like more seasoning, more salt and pepper, more curry powder. I'm just gonna add the teeniest little bit of cayenne pepper to mine, and I'm gonna enjoy. Okay, so for dinner number 2, we have some cubed sweet potatoes over here, and I'm going to be topping them with this homemade taco seasoning mixture. It's actually a lot of things, but they're all in my pantry. So we've got some cumin, paprika, red pepper flakes, garlic powder, chili powder, oregano, and salt and pepper. And I've just got it here, and I'm going to toss the sweet potato with a little bit of olive oil. You can see this is one from Trader Joe's that we like. And it's going in the oven at 400 degrees. So last dinner, we are going to be making a kind of southwestern salad here with those roasted sweet potatoes that we made the other night. So here they are. You could pop these back, you could make them the night of, and they'd be nice and crispy. I could pop them in the oven, but I just want to save time, and this is going to be meals throughout the week anyway, so I'm just going to pop these in the microwave. I've got 2 bowls of lettuce here. This is for both me and my husband. And I've actually loved this lettuce mix. So it's pretty affordable. It's got really good ingredients in it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this as my base for my greens. And I'm also going to heat up some black beans. I'm also going to put these in the microwave, but you could put these on the stovetop if you wanted to and heat them up. We also are going to be cooking some corn, but I am going to be cooking this in my cast iron skillet because I want to get a little bit of char on these, some good flavor. So to start with, we're going to be making a crema sauce to put over all this. So I've got about 2.5 tablespoons of sour cream here. You could do more or less. And I'm going to squeeze in some lime juice and fresh garlic. And I'm going to mix that all up. And it's going to be our dressing. And then we're going to top the salads with this, some chopped red onion. You could skip this. You could substitute it for like red bell pepper, green bell pepper, anything like that. So I've started to assemble my salads. I've added in the red onion here. I also cracked open an avocado, and look how perfect this one is. So I'm going to add half of it to each of the salad. And then here's the crema. So I added just a little bit of water because it was a little thick, and then it wasn't as garlic as I wanted it to be, so I added in a little bit of garlic powder. So I'm going to top the salads with this sour cream lime garlic crema. I've got the sweet potatoes in the microwave, and then I'm going to pop these in, and then last step I'm going to cook our corn up on my cast iron skillet. Okay, so I'm going to heat up my skillet here, my cast iron skillet. You could use a regular skillet too. I just love the flavor that this has. This is like a really seasoned one that I've worked really hard at. If you have a cast iron skillet, you know. And sorry, like I look crazy right now. I just got back from the gym. So I'm gonna let that heat up, and I'm going to season, oh, sorry about my dog. I'm going to season the corn with a little bit of paprika. I'm going to use a little bit of fresh black pepper, and then I'm just going to use my sea salt in here, which I need to refill this up again. It's getting kind of low. So you're only going to cook the corn on here for about a minute or 2. So here is the corn. It looks perfect. It's been cooking for exactly 2 minutes. So it still has a little bit of crunch to it, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to take it off of the heat. It's got a little bit of char, a little bit of color to it, which is perfect. So I'm just going to spoon this onto my little bowls, which I've got over here. So I'll assemble them and show you what they look like. So here is the finished product. One's got the dressing on it. I'm gonna leave my husband to do his own. So I put a little bit of salt and pepper on the avocado. I just like that on my avocado, and it looks really good. I'm super excited about it. And this is what's for dinner tonight. It is Monday night, so off to a healthy start. And my dog looks like she wants some. Don't you, Luna? No, she's already had her dinner. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you're still sticking around here, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you got some meal inspiration from those three ideas. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button to my channel and stick around, and comment down below if you guys would like to see more what's for dinner videos, and let me know which one was your favorite. Bye.